against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines, we are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines, we are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines, we are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone.
Don't never let anybody take your belief in yourself away from you because they hurting inside. Don't you never let nobody do that. Always believe in who you are in the darkest moments, man. In the darkest moments, when you at that pain, when you at the bottom, know that you're gonna get back up. But you gotta believe it.
This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind.
It took me 10 years to learn this, but I will teach it to you in 1 minute. 1, life waits for nobody. Get up every day and keep pushing through no matter what. 2, make sure you take good care of yourself. If something happens to you, the world will move on and you will fall behind. 3, if you don't work to build your dream life, someone will hire you to build theirs. 4, work in silence. Celebrate in private. People love to ruin things. 5, don't regret your past. Just learn from it and move on. 6, no one cares. Work harder to become better each day. 7, ignore advice from anyone who doesn't live the life you want to live. 8, rule over your emotions. A calm mind can handle any situation. 9, if you find someone better than you, don't hate. Ask them for advice and cooperate with them. 10, you're truly at peace with yourself when you mind your own business.
This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind.
A man with no friends or a small circle. That's a man you don't mess with. He's learned the hard way. Quality over quantity. He doesn't need a crowd to feel powerful. His strength comes from within. While others chase approval, he walks alone by choice. He's seen the fake friends, the drama and the betrayal, and cut it all off. Now he stands in peace, untouchable. He doesn't need anyone to complete him. He's whole, all by himself. One real friend is worth more to him than 100 fake ones. His circle, tight. His trust, earned. And anyone who brings chaos, gone. His time is precious, and he spends it like a king. He knows what he wants, and he never settles. So when you meet a man with no friends or just a small circle, don't mistake it for weakness. That's strength. That's confidence. He doesn't need your approval. He's already won the only battle that matters, the one with himself.
Good morning, everybody. I'm in the building. It's BA. Make some noise. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We in the building, man.
What are you doing?
Well, what I was doing was basically, something's wrong with this. I guess I got the wrong kind of holder or whatever for my mic. So it wants to come out now. Big pause. That sounded interesting.
But what the hell, boy?
But yeah, like I said, man, we in the building. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to you if you tuned in, man. If you tuned in, you are the resistance and you are not alone. If you tuned in, you are part of the Atom Effect. You are part of the resistance. You are part of the core. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? No, I'm just playing. But yeah, I don't know if I'm in here early or late at this point. You know, building a fan base or building an audience is something, right? It's something. But anyways, we got a good show for you guys today, man. We're going to do a deep dive into this whole issue right here that has been going on social media and sparking a racial, I don't know what the word is, but everybody's showing their true colors. Looks like majority of America is actually racist. Shout out to America the Beautiful. Yes, sir. Where my flags at? You know I love it here. Hold on. Run them back. Run them claps back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know I love it here. You know I love it here. Yeah. It's litty. It's litty. You know I love it here. Yeah, so everybody's showing their true colors on social media, right? And hold on, my flag. You're not supposed to have the flag on the floor. Can't do that. Sorry. Everybody's showing their true colors on social media. And you know, I'm just sitting here like, I'm not surprised by any of this, but we're going to do a deep dive into the case because we have things emerging. We have something we're going to show you guys, and I don't know necessarily if it's true. This is all allegedly, and that's why I also put in the that's why I also put in the thumbnail. That's why I also put, hey man, stop spreading misinformation. Stop spreading misinformation because they turned this into a racial issue. At this point, we don't know what's going on, and that's the whole thing where I say, you know, social media is a necessary evil because it sheds light on certain situations, but at sometimes it goes way, way, way too far. First off, condolences to Austin Metcalf's family, and secondly, condolences to Karmelo Anthony's family. Now, everybody's going to be like, oh, the ninja's not dead. Of course he's not dead, but he may potentially lose his life to the system. But, I mean, it's in the state of Texas, and I'm out here in these streets. What up, Texas? Shout out to the Big T. Y'all know what it is, man. And yeah, since I'm out here in these streets, I say I may as well discuss it. Where do we start? Well, before we get started on that, let's see what's popping off on the net. We like to check what's going on the internet. This is my way of looking at social media since I try to stay off of it. Look at this, bro. Over 18 lives lost and more than 120 injured in a nightclub roof collapse in the Dominican Republic. My ninja.
But what the hell, boy?
Damn. Sad situation. Let's see what's going on there. Shout out to the Dominicanos. According to Dominican Republican police, 18 people have died after a roof of a nightclub in Santo Domingo collapsed early Tuesday. Shout out to Twan. We got Twan in the building. What up, Twan? Twan said he's definitely he screwed over if he didn't know it. If Twan, I don't know what you said there. I think you at work, homie, but I guess you said that if it was in Texas. I don't know what you said, Twan. What'd you say? You said I didn't know it was in Texas. Yeah, I think it was in Texas. It was in Frisco. Frisco, I've been to Frisco before. I think it's close to I forgot where it was, but I've been out there. I don't want to say it's close to Houston, but it's like somewhere in between, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but I've been out there. Oh, you say you didn't know? Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, and that's the main event. We just gonna go through some of the news that's going on in the world. So like I was saying, as reported by NBC News, the cause of the collapse at Jet Set nightclub remains unclear. The incident occurred during a performance by renowned merengue singer Ruby Perez. Emergency Management Director Juan Manuel Mendez shared that 121 ambulance transfers were made to various hospitals. However, the total number of hospitalized individuals could be higher. We are still searching for people in the rubble. We believe many may still be alive. That's why the authorities and rescue teams won't stop until we find the last person. See what the comments say. Right in the middle of spring break too, praying they are able to rescue everyone who's trapped and alive. I seen something about some baseball player or football player or something being trapped. I ain't know. The owners are so wrong. Safety measures definitely weren't important to the owners of this building. Praying for the locals and tourists. This is an irrational fear of mine. Yeah, guys, you got to be careful out here. Get real in the field, man. To get real out here in these streets, man. That's why I tell y'all be mindful. Nobody's able to predict that, though. So sad situation, but hey, prayers to those people. Prayers to those people. Let's see what else we got. Baca Not Nice says Drake told him to ignore Kendrick Lamar's diss. Let's see what's popping off with that. Hold up. Let me put the volume up.
Thing was to respond and respond quickly. Yeah. Very efficiently and very to the point. Very directly. Yeah, and you know, but like it was like it started brewing in me because where I come from, like that shit doesn't happen. Like You can't just call out a man and not have paperwork to back up your talks. Like that is ludicrous. And then like to see like a whole nation behind it and celebrating it.
Look, my bad, I had muted myself. Now look, bro, so this what I'm saying, where everybody is like, I rock with Kendrick, but like, bro, I've had people say negative stuff about me on the internet, things that weren't true, like people I've dealt with in the past. So I don't play about that shit. You turn around and call somebody, like, for example, you do that to me, not to say I'm snitching, but bro, I'm pressing charges, bro. You said, shout out to Twan. Twan said Baca did in fact have a weird case though. Hey, bro, I don't know about Baca. I'm talking about Drake, dog. As Drake, bro, if I'm Drake, bro, I don't care what niggas think, bro. You say something like that about me to admonish my reputation, at this point, nobody gets any free passes. Now I'm pressing charges, bro. I'm pressing charges. I don't care. You want to play with my name and my likeness, boy, you're going to pay some money. Okay? And now, you know, with Drake, you know, they say all these things with Drake. I mean, I don't know what you want him to do. It's just like girls like him, girls is gonna like him. But hey, with Baca, I don't know what the story is. Twan, you got to put the story in the comments, bro. Put the story in the comments so we know. Here we go.
Like it's a true story is unbelievable because
asinine.
You know, everybody has to understand. Like I have a kid. Drake has a kid. You know what I mean?
So and they're gonna see that.
Making accusations like that are like ridiculous and
it is
out of this world. You know what I'm saying?
And people have to realize too, people take this shit personally on social media. So I done had, bro, it was a ninja on here before, right? I'm not joking with y'all when I say this. I'm lying, I'm flying. This ninja proceeded to say, it's in one of our old live streams, right? On the Blac Pill podcast. This ninja proceeded to say, I look like the ninja that killed his cousin and put him in the pen. Guess what I did? First off, I looked at the comment and I was like, excuse me? And I'm like, and I told him, I said, sorry to burst a bubble. I'm not that person. And guess what I did? I proceeded to block that ninja. The ninja's blocked from my page. And it's like I said, ain't no fear in my heart. I have no time to play ghetto games with stupid people. Shout out to Twan. Twan said he definitely had a forced trafficking case with a young woman. I believe she was legal though. Hey, man. Hey, dog. I can't. Yeah, that was a crazy comment. I can't speak for none of these ninjas per se. I'm just saying, if somebody play with my name and likeness on social media, I'm pressing charges. And that's why when y'all see me do this shit, everything I'm doing is just for entertainment purposes only. And on the Blac Pill, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. And even when they're guilty, I'm not going to say anything. So these people can't sue me for emotional distress or how I'm putting out negative information. Hey, man, I'm just here to entertain people. I'm an entertainer. I'm just doing my job, okay? I made music. I'm an entertainer. That's the main thing I am. I'm an entertainer. So if you see comedy, music, whatever I'm doing, I'm just pushing entertainment. Past that, this is for entertainment purposes only. And I put that at the end of every description. If you look through the description, it's there so people know, hey, man, I'm not being serious. I mean, I'm being serious, but take it with a grain of salt or take it however way you take it. It's for you to interpret. Like, this is a vocal performance, if you will. Anyway, shout out to, I can't even say shout out to Baca now because of what Twan just said. So I'm just like, bruh.
God said something to him or something, but the boy, sorry, it might not have been a call. It might have been a text message, but he messaged me and he's like, yo, I know what you're feeling. I know you as an individual and I know how you get down, but I'm just letting you know, like, don't listen to the noise because it's noise. And if you go back and look at all these people that are saying things or having anything to say, they're not even actual real people. They're like bots.
Exactly.
So like, don't let that shit bother you, bro.
Fact.
Ninjas be like, I know how you get down. I'm just shocked. Ninjas love to snitch on themselves on camera. If I was finna do something, boy, ain't nobody finna know, bro. To the last possible second, I'm playing like I don't know what's going on. Then boom, what's up? Shout out to Twan. Twan said, so God said something to Drake. Yeah.
I remember when Drake
yeah, bro.
Verse on Woman for Life, and he was like, I'm really trying to.
Yo, why they showing me Drake today? Shout out to Drizzy, but
this is how
I ain't worried about Drake right now. The city of Detroit is installing 450 cameras on a freeway in an attempt to combat violent crime. Police will be able to live stream from every angle. Hey guys, is streets a myth or what? What's going on here? Is the streets a myth? And you know why they probably did that? They seen what happened with Yellow Beezy. Shout out to Yellow Beezy. Shout out to Mo 3. RIP to Mo 3. They probably seen what happened with all that. And they was like, hey, you know what? This is the smart thing to do. So now they can watch from every angle. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, I am I'm not making the most money. We gonna keep it a bean. I'm not saying that like, oh, I'm begging y'all to send me some bread. No, I'm saying it like, bro, I'd rather be a square not making as much money as I would like to than trying to do crime in today's time. 2025, what's today? Today is April 8th, 2025. Fellas, gentlemen, huddle up, bro. Huddle up, bro. Let's huddle up. Gentlemen, we need to understand something, bro. Them niggas is watching, bro. They're watching. The system is watching and waiting and will happily take you away, bro. Don't throw your life away for some bullshit. Don't throw your life away for some money. I know that money look nice, but unless you have an actual business plan to find a way to monitor or launder that money, ain't nothing finna happen, okay? You're gonna waste that money. You're gonna go back to doing the same thing. You're gonna keep trying to get up and up, and there's no amount of money that you can rob or take that's ever going to be enough. Because of the way the value of the dollar works and how the economy works, it's never going to be enough. Shout out to Twan. Twan said the camera won't stop anything. And you right. So look, that's why I always tell y'all, I'm speaking to everybody that hears my message on my page. You feel me? Like, people are going to hear the message. A lot of people, I done had dudes tell me, I remember I was having a conversation in a group chat with people. And I remember this ninja came up and he was like, hey, I just want to let you know something. And I've said this before. He was like, oh, you don't speak for black men. You don't speak for me. And I looked at that ninja and I said, okay, the fuck? Like, I was supposed to feel bad or something. I was like, bro, and this a older gentleman. I was like, bro, to be honest, I told him, I said, to be honest, I personally don't give a shit. I wasn't trying to speak for you. I'm speaking for me and the people that look like me. If you fall in line, if you want to fall behind that, that's cool. And if you don't, that's still cool. I don't give a shit. Was I supposed to get emotional about it? I'm speaking to the people, you feel me, that hear the message. And shout out to everybody that come on my page and hear the message. I'm talking to y'all because you guys have somewhat of a higher level of thinking, because you understand this shit is a cycle. This is something that's been going on for years, generations. It's literally, it's been designed. It's been designed to be like this. Like, I'm talking about from the music down. Like, do y'all notice the most lowest vibrational music is the music that blows up when it comes to like rap and stuff? That's by design. Like, the people who are in control of that determine like these songs are the hit songs, and then they push it everywhere and they give these people the money. And like I said, when it comes to our community, when it comes to black people, and shout out to all my white people, I'm just venting for a little bit. Y'all don't get y'all panties in the wad. Y'all know what it is, man. Shout out to you guys too, my winjas, white brothers in arms. So when it comes to rap, bro, like when it comes to rap artists, like music artists are the only people in our community that mean something. And what I mean by that is, like, we look to the people who are musical artists for guidance and to lead us. In no other community do they do those kind of things. They see them as entertainers and that's it. And that's where I'm saying where it's a system and cycle, because look at who are at the top of the rap game. Not necessarily Drake and Kendrick. I'm saying like the hood, like who's on top. Like, shout out to NBA Youngboy and ninjas like that. And like I said, I'd have been in the hood, so I'd have had my homies like youngins that I talk to like tell me like, yeah, man, like Youngboy the truth, and all, like shout out to Youngboy, but I'm like, yo, but he's not like a role model per se. Like, shout out to him when it come to getting girls. Like, yeah, okay, Youngboy for the dub, right? But I'm saying like as a political figure or whatever, is that who you look to? And they're like, what do you mean political figure? What is that? And that's why I sit there like, but what the hell, boy? So I mean, it's a whole thing. But yeah, like I said, main point that I'm trying to convey here is, gentlemen, 2025, the streets is a myth, bro. Stay out the streets. I mean, Kendrick Lamar sound like... Hold on, bro. Why these people screaming in my ear early? Stay out the streets, man. It ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth it. Oh yeah, Florida Gators won. The Florida Gators won the NCAA March Madness. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to the Gators. Molly Percocet was the biggest song in 2017. Facts. And look, you see how you said Molly? We're gonna segue. Let's just segue into the main event. With that, hold on, bro. These people screaming in my ear. I don't know why they screaming in my ear. Let me put the volume down. Yeah, we're gonna segue into the main event. So I seen something, right? But yeah, Molly Percocet was the biggest song in 2017. I seen something that said that supposedly Austin Metcalf, and like I said, entertainment purposes only. We don't know the validity of this because people just say anything on the internet to blow up. But they said Austin Metcalf was supposedly on some form of a pill. I'm not entirely sure if this is true. I seen it and I said, whoa, I don't know what to believe. And they said that's one of the reasons why. Let's look into the details. Let's do it. Let's see. And like I said, tell us what you guys think about the situation. How do you guys feel? Answer the poll in the chat. Here we go. Well, before we do that, let's start with this right here. I don't know if you guys seen this video. I've seen this video circulating on social media. This is a content creator. They're gonna call him a black teen. And like I said, this is why nuance matters. A black teen seemingly made out to be aggressor in confrontation with a white frat boy who cursed at his cameraman unprovoked. And yeah, that's how the white people do. Shout out to the white people. They'll try and try you if you let them try you. Me personally, I ain't going for it. But then again, I'm very dark, so I think they get scared of me, to be honest. Here we go.
Hey, you're a very personable guy. I can tell, like, talking to you right now, like, you're a good dude. Thank you, bro. And, like, just, like, you're like, no matter what you do, even if, God forbid, this doesn't work out, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be a good dude. Thank you, bro. Yeah. That means a lot. Alright, so, like, let's say we are gonna watch 20 or...
Yo, this lady got terrible... She got terrible sound. Goddamn. She got terrible sound. Let me see. I'm gonna try and pull it up first before we go to Austin. Frat boy. Altercation. This the one. It's like they just be talking though. Here we go.
I'm not sure if y'all seen this video or whatever. It was on Neighborhood Talk and I came across this video. And when I tell you, one, they always try to paint black people as being aggressive.
What was the video on? Hold on.
This boy was as calm. I'm not sure if y'all seen this video or whatever. It was on Neighborhood Talk and I came up.
Neighborhood Talk. Let's see. We're going to pull it up. I want y'all to see this. And I mean, what it comes down to is, unfortunately, the reality of the situation is that black people have painted themselves into a corner. So we know there are things that go on, but other than the things that go on, it's like there are certain things that we do as well. Now, one thing I will say is the one thing that I hate is the fact that every other community tries to make it seem like they don't do anything. They're just better at hiding their stuff. And the problem with us, I think, is the fact that we try to put everything on the table for everybody else to judge, thinking that they're going to judge us in a proper manner. They're not going to judge us in a proper manner. And that's the issue that's going on today. So there are certain issues that go on in every type of community. The Mexican community, the Latino community, the white community. These people take care of their own people, whereas black people throw each other into the fire and they try to expose each other. And it's like a weird kind of ritual that they got going on. Let me see if I can pull it up. Very weird stuff, very weird behavior. And that's why I kind of keep the distance. I love my people. I love the people that look like me because I love me. And boy, I'm sexy. But like I said, I keep the distance because boy, I ain't got time to play with these people. So I can't find the video. We're not going to pull it up because I'm not trying to hear these people talk. But long story short, the dude basically, the white boy basically started cussing out the other boy. And it was just this whole thing. And they was like, yo, I ain't going to lie, that was kind of rude. And that's the thing where I tell y'all, shout out to my white brothers and sisters. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not racist, right? I'm not racist. Now, I will tell you, I am a little prejudiced. I'm a little prejudiced, but I'm not prejudiced against only white people. I'm prejudiced against black people, white people, Mexican people, because I know how people feel about black people. So I'm prejudiced. I'm not one of them ninjas that's gonna be there like, oh, you like me. No, what was I gonna say? I'm not one of those people that's the type to, oh, you don't like me? Why don't you like me? What can I do to make you like me? I'm not that dude. You know why? I try to be that dude throughout life and everybody try to throw me under the bus. So when it comes to me personally, yeah, if you don't like me, I don't like you neither. Let's just throw that out. Let's put it on the flow. We're going to put it on the flow. If you don't like me, I don't like you neither. Shout out to Twan. It's like I said, other communities hide the bullshit that goes on in their community. I know because I've dealt with women from other communities. And they told me some of the bullshit that goes on. Like, for example, if I was to go into excruciating details, we know everybody says the N-word behind closed doors and tries to act like they're appropriate in front of cameras. So they act like they never say it. But then how do all these slip-ups happen? They say it behind closed doors. Like, I know a lot of white people. I've been with white women. They've told me. The dudes, they say it and they feel empowered too. Shout out to the Latino community. I've been around a lot of Latino women and they told me. They say the N-word empowered and they try to use the fact that, oh, I mean, you're my brother. But if I said the derogatory term associated with the Latino community, y'all will want to fight me. Y'all will want to make me disappear. Y'all will try and sell my head to the cartel, bro. So what we talking about, bro? What we talking about? We're aware that white people have, and like I said, I spoke to white women. I've dealt with white women that told me this. White people don't have any kind of negative stereotype aimed at them, and that's why they act the way they act. And what I mean by that is, You know, like I said, black people is the N-word. Latino community is the word that begins with S. The gay community is the word that begins with F. Like I said, bro, it's a lot of stuff. So I know the truth. So because I know the truth, don't get me wrong, I'm cool with people that's cool with me. So I have a lot of white people that have done a lot of things for me in life that I'm not going to say their names. I'm not going to put them out there, but they've done so much for me. And because they've done so much for me, that's why I'm able to still be able to be cool with certain white people. I was just having a conversation, right? I was just having a conversation with this dude yesterday. White guy, his name's Devin. We was in the sauna and he was telling me he was going to the Navy. Real cool dude. We had a good conversation. You know, we had a little talk about our family and shit. Real cool dude. That's what I'm saying. Some of them is cool, but you can't tell until you can tell. And like I said, it's the same on both sides. So he couldn't tell that he could talk to me until he spoke to me. And he spoke to me because he spoke to me. I chose to be nice. You know, he was nice to me. I was nice to him. We kept it cordial. So, you know, we was cool. He was like, what's your name? I'm like, Adam. He's like, all right, cool, man. Nice to meet you. He was cool dude. But he ain't know at first. He just said something. And I said, all right, cool. I'm going to talk to him. But yeah, facts. What Twan said, on God, people that curse don't curse on accident. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. It's just the way it is, bro. So I know that a lot of people are prejudiced, whether or not they realize it, because we live in a classist society. So because we live in a classist society, if I never open my mouth and if I was to put on a wife beater, as y'all would call it, I'll call it a tank top because I know how to code switch, right? I know how to code switch. So I'll call it a tank top. Yes, sir. Y'all call it wife beater, I call it tank top. If I was put on a tank top because I got big muscles and I walk outside the house just because it's hot, ninjas gonna look at me like I'm trying to rob a bank. I done had a white man approach me when I was 16 years old. I'm waiting outside Winn-Dixie. This back home in Florida. I'm not Winn-Dixie. I'm waiting outside Walgreens, waiting on my cousins. No bullshit. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Old white man. Like they call them snowbirds, if you will. This ninja, right? Or this winja. I gotta call him a winja because he was acting like a ninja, but the white version, he's a winja. Okay, so this winja came out. He said, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "What's up?" He's like, "It looks like a." I had to laugh because I'm always shocked by people. This winja said, "It looks like a good day to rob a Walgreens." Ninja. What the hell? I could not believe my ear. I looked at him. I said, "What'd you say?" He said, "It looks like a good day to rob a Walgreens." And he walked off. Ninja. Now imagine if I was a low class person, right? And if I was a low vibrational thinker and I wanted to put hands on him, ninjas would look at me like I'm the bad guy. It doesn't matter what he said. You should never put hands on an old man. And like I said, I already learned how to exercise restraint. So this is why I say I know the truth, because this is what I've seen in my experience. That's some crazy shit, bro. And you know, my cousins, they're like, damn, what happened? I'm like, you wouldn't believe what this dude said to me. They couldn't believe it, bro. But yeah, besides the point, let's segue into the situation, man. So the situation with Austin Metcalf and Karmelo Anthony. Bro, he wasn't an officer, bro. I'm telling you, the ninja was retired, bro. That ninja was retired. I couldn't believe it, bro. I'm sitting there standing. I'm just standing. I said, sitting there standing. Bro, I'm standing. This ninja came up to me and said that, bro, with the straightest face. I looked at this ninja like, excuse me? I said, excuse me? I'm like, all right. But yeah, so people are prejudiced, man. It is what it is. People are classist. We live in a classist society. Just because y'all scared to say it, I ain't scared to say it. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe in color too. I believe in race. You know the one race I believe in? This race, my ninja. Did y'all hear that? Let me do it again. This race, my ninja. That's what I believe in. These Benjamins, okay? Hold on. You know we on social media. I gotta flex the fake money. I believe in these Benjamins, okay? That's what I believe in. I don't believe in none of this race stuff. There's only one race that I believe in, and that's the human race. Other than that, it's these coins, okay? These Benjamins, okay? And it's fake money for all you thieves, as they say in the hood, stealers, as they say, gangbangers, people who want to rob people. You want to rob me for some fake money? Come get it. It's fake. In prop, we trust, my ninja. Hold up. In prop, wait, can you see it? In prop, we trust, my ninja. In prop, we trust. Yes, sir. That's fake money. It's just motivation. It's motivation. But yeah, so they're trying to make this into a race issue, and I don't think it was a race issue. I think it was just an issue. Some shit happened. Kids are assholes to other kids, and that's just the way it goes. Let me pull up TikTok. Kids are assholes, and we need to talk to our kids. Hate starts at home. So like I said, I ain't learned this hate from home. I ain't even know I was that black until people told me at school. I thought I was just a regular person living life. I was reminded every day, damn, you look like under the bed. Damn, you dark. Damn, why are you so black? I'm sitting here looking like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? I'm sitting there looking at these people like, what the hell, They're like, you're just so black. I'm like, you know, like I said, because for those of you who don't know, I skipped a couple grades. So I'm not going to say I'm smart, but I was somewhat ahead of the curve. So I graduated high school at 16. So these are my peers telling me this dumb shit, right? And I'm sitting here looking at my peers. I'm looking at my peers like,
boy, what the hell, boy?
like, because these are the questions they're asking me. Like, why are you so black? Damn. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking? I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, bro, what do I say to that? Like, why am I so black? Bitch, why is the sky blue? Like, it used to literally annoy me. I think they wanted me to turn up on them, but I never really turned up on them. I should have. That's why I don't fuck with none of them no more. They get no free pass, but they know that too, and that's why they don't fuck with me. But yeah, I'm like, bro, what you mean? Why am I so black? Why is the sky blue? I don't know. I was born like this. What the fuck? But yeah, so in this situation, they try to make it a race issue, and I don't think it was a race issue, but they turned it into this whole thing, and that's why we're saying stop spreading misinformation. Stop spreading misinformation. So here we go.
All right, we have an update for you on a story we covered last week. It's the heartbreaking story of the 17-year-old Frisco, Texas football player who was murdered at a track meet. Texas police, Frisco police, have launched an investigation after social media users started spreading fake details about the murder.
You see?
That student, Austin Metcalf, who was knifed to death at a track meet. Authorities say he was stabbed by a teen from a rival school. But social media has posted falsely claiming that Metcalf died from a drug overdose.
Okay, so this is what I was telling y'all, and that's why I had to come on here today and tell y'all, hey, bro, y'all gotta chill with all this shit, bro. It ain't that deep. So now I seen on social media that they said he died from popping pills. They said that because he was bleeding out and he was on the pill, that's what happened. Here we go.
There are other claims that Austin was the aggressor in the fight. There are claims that Austin was a white.
Now, I don't know about the white supremacist part, but the part where they're saying Austin wasn't the aggressor, that's where I'm saying now this is getting confusing. But like I said, I have a picture supposedly, and like I said, you heard it here first on the Blac Pill. Yes, sir. I have a picture supposedly from a conversation. You know, I like to read the comments. I think we all live the same kind of life, so we all read the comments. And I have a picture of comments from people who were actually there. I believe it was one of their teachers who discussed what happened, and we're going to show it to you on the Blac Pill today. Yes, sir. And I should have brought the rest of the conversation. I didn't, because they were like, oh, is this true? Is this true? And they were like, oh, regarding the case, because this is probably going to be used as evidence in the future. Yes, everything I'm saying is true. It's a sad situation, but it's not a racial situation. We're going to pull it up. I have the picture. Here we go.
White supremacist or far right. And as a result of these fake claims, the accused murderer has raked in nearly $170,000. Those are donations.
And now let's stop right here. So they say accused murderer. So I want to show you guys something, because we're in Texas. Shout out to the Big T. Y'all know what it is. We're going to pull up Google, because I need y'all to understand something. Based off of Texas laws, can a 17-year-old keep a knife in Texas? Let's see what the law says. Adults and juveniles, people under the age of 18. And I was going to say this in the chats, but I'm not interested in going back and forth with people. But this is the law in Texas for those of you who don't know. And that's why I tell y'all, teach y'all kids. Because if y'all kids don't know, if y'all kids don't know, you'll be cooked. So I'm from Florida. Florida, we're stand your ground state. Shout out to Florida. And now I moved out to Texas. My dad wanted me to be a lawyer, so I don't know if it's just because he just knew how I was or whatever. I felt like that was his dream, but I'm always into like law and shit like that. I like to know what's going on around me, because people like to fuck with you. So the Texas knife law, I looked it up. So adults and juveniles, people under the age of 18, can carry knives with blades less than 5.5 inches anywhere. So this is where it matters. How big was the knife? Because if the knife is less than 5.5 inches, it was legal for him to carry it technically anywhere. Technically anywhere. Now, specifically, this is where municipalities come in. This is where local law, local government, this is where, okay, so now specifically in Frisco, was he allowed to do this? But based off of Texas, if it gets to this level, the Texas statutory law on the topic of knives found that Chapter 46 of the Penal Code is objective and based on measurable aspects. The restraints are limited. There are two types of knives in Texas law, distinguished only by blade length. A location restricted knife is any knife, blade-handed instrument with a blade over 5.5 inches. If the blade is exactly 5.5 inches or less, it is simply referred to throughout Chapter 46 as just a knife. In addition to restrictions on locations or places applicable, there are also limitations for people under the age of 18. So he was 17. So let's see what's going on here. Antoine, what do you mean 200K? Is that how much they raised? Yes, they raised over 200K for both parties. Because like I said, people are showing their true colors, which is cool, but it shouldn't take these kind of things for people to recognize the forest for the trees. So we already know everybody puts, look, the most beautiful thing, right? There are two of the most beautiful things in this world. Two of the most beautiful things in this world is one, when somebody says your name, it's one of the most beautiful things you can hear. This is like scientifically proven. I'm not just saying this. When somebody says your name to you, it's one of the most beautiful things you can hear to yourself. And for parents too, their kids' names, like saying their kids' names out loud or giving their kids' name or hearing their kids' names, it sounds beautiful to them. And the second thing that's most beautiful in the world, right? Second thing is seeing things that look like us. I don't know about everybody because there's a lot of self-hate in the Black community, but in most communities, seeing yourself and seeing things that look like you, it's supposed to be beautiful to you. That's normal. So, both parties raised over 300 or almost 300K. And what it comes down to is they're turning it into a war of, hey, we're going to take care of ours. You're going to take care of yours. We're going to take care of ours. Black people should have been on this. It shouldn't have been this situation to turn them into doing this. But I'm happy that this is happening, right? I'm happy that this is happening because it needs to happen, because Black people were supposed to understand that at the end of the day, white people are not your friend. White people are here to do business with you, but white people aren't your friend. Shout out to the white people though. Now look, there are white people that can be your friend. There are white people that are cool with Black people, but until they make that known, I don't know why you guys kiss ass and try to be everybody's friend. I'm not saying to be rude. I'm saying err on the side of caution. Like, where I came up, we didn't have many white people. And that's probably why I think like this. Like, my cousins grew up around white people. Shout out to Palm Beach. Y'all know what it is, Palm Beach. But where I grew up in Miami, I grew up in North Miami. It's a lot of Haitian people out there. It's a lot of Africans. I mean, there's Cubans, there's Latino people, but I had one white girl in class coming up. I'm talking about actual white girl. Her name was Tanner. We don't talk, so I can say her name. Tanner, one white girl. We had one Jewish kid, maybe another. We had a couple other Jewish kids, but maybe 2 or 3 Jewish kids. Majority of the populace where I was coming up was Black people. I grew up around Black people. So because of that, right? Because of that, I'm not saying I had a problem with white people. I don't have a problem with white people, but I grew up the same way a white person would grow up, seeing a bunch of white people around them, right? That's in a higher socioeconomic position. They see it. So I'm used to seeing my people. And when I see people that don't look like me, it's not that I'm on edge. I don't know how to react to them. And I didn't know at first. So imagine when I first came out of Texas, I'm sitting here like, is this the right decision? I'm sitting there like, what the hell? But I was like, hey, I'm here to do business. Anyways, let's get back to this. So let's see. Concealment or open carry of knives and or location restricted knives is not an issue. Restrictions on sale, blah, 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 blah. Blade length, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. If a person is under 18 years of age at the time of the offense, blah, blah, blah. Person's under the age of 18. All right, let's start here. So for a person under the age of 18, right? Hold on. To intentionally, knowingly, or recklessly carry on or about his person a location restrictive knife is subject to certain exceptions. A person commits an offense if the person intentionally, knowingly, or recklessly carries on or about his person a location restricted knife, is younger than 18 at the age of the time of the offense, and 3, is not on the person's own premises, inside or en route to a motor vehicle under the direct supervision of a parent or legal guardian of the person. It is similarly unlawful, blah, 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 to sell once under the age of 18, blah, blah, blah. Restricted location. So a person commits an offense if they go to a location restricted knife place, right? Whatever, blah. So the question becomes a couple things. One, was the location the location that he was at, was that location a restricted location? Technically it was, because it's a track meet, but it was an open location because it was school premises. We're assuming that, hey, maybe, This is a location that's restricted. You're not supposed to bring a knife. And 2, the size of the knife. If the knife is less than 5.5 inches, he might be within his right to carry the knife. So let's go back to the story. 1 second. Let's go back to the story. TikTok. Because I'm gonna still show you guys that picture that I have. We need to read that. TikTok, here we go.
Go to what he claims is a self-defense case. One last note, there was a fake profile post going around reportedly from the Frisco police chief saying that Austin was the aggressor. That was so egregious and so false and so widely spread that the Frisco PD had to put out a statement on their website saying the chief of police has not put out any such statement.
Now, I seen that statement as well. And this is where I'm saying where it's a bunch of misinformation. And you know what it is? This is where I say, black people, you got to learn to fall in line, because this shows me that white people are willing to go to war behind theirs and fall in line behind theirs. You guys should be doing the same thing. Shout out to the Latino people, because this is not your fight. But the Latino people are willing to fall in line behind theirs off of, hey, we're all Mexican, or hey, we're all Colombian, or hey, we're all black people should take the same route. And I mean, we're doing so, but y'all need to catch up, bro, because you guys are behind the program. Here we go.
Stories covered up in fake news and controversy and a lot of hatred on the internet. But what it remains today is heartbreaking.
Let's see what else we got. Let me pull up that picture. So you guys can see it. 1 second. We're gonna pull up this picture. Shoot, we'll use Drew. It's not the picture, guys. Let me see. Here's the picture. All right, so we're gonna read this together. This is the police department that they were saying that they put out the information. At this point, I don't know if this is the chief of police anymore. I don't know what to believe. So this is what we seen. We don't know if it's true now. We don't know if it's not true. And that's why I'm saying main message for today is stop spreading misinformation, bro. You guys are spreading too much misinformation and we don't know what's what. And you guys are trying to influence the aspect of the case. That's why I say we don't care about the court of public opinion. Even me, when you guys hear me, that's why I told you guys on course correction, question everything, because you don't know what's real and what's not real. All right, so this was the chief. We're gonna listen to that video again just to make sure I'm not giving you guys misinformation. But I'm pretty sure this is the chief of police because of his badge right there. But even then, nuance matters. We don't know what's what. Let me put this away so you guys can hear this guy again. Let me see TikTok. Oh shit, what'd I do with it? Here we go.
All right, we have an update for you on a story we covered last week. It's the heartbreaking story of the 17-year-old Frisco, Texas football player who was murdered at a track meet. Texas police, Frisco police, have launched an investigation after social media users started spreading fake details about the murder. That student, Austin Metcalf, who was knifed to death at a track meet. Authorities say he was stabbed by a teen from a rival school. But social media has posted falsely claiming that Metcalf died from a drug overdose. There are other claims that Austin was the aggressor in the fight. There are claims that Austin was a white supremacist or far right. And as a result of these fake claims, the accused murderer has raked in nearly $170,000. Those are donations that go to what he claims is a self-defense case. One last note. There was a fake profile post going around reportedly from the Frisco police chief saying that Austin was the aggressor. That was so egregious and so false and so widely spread that the Frisco PD had to put out a statement on their website saying the chief of police has not put out any such statement. The story is covered up in fake news and controversy and a lot of hatred on the internet. But what it remains today is heartbreaking.
All right, so it looks like this picture that I'm about to show you may potentially be fake, but we're still going to look at the picture anyways just because. And this is what the, picture said. Let me see. Hold on, let me see if I can interact with it. Hold up. I can't really, let me see. I'm trying to see how I can make it bigger to like look at it. All right, well, we're going to have to just make it big. You guys are going to read with me. 1 second. All right, so authorities are still and like I said, they said supposedly this is fake, so now we're assuming this is fake. Guys, stop putting out misinformation. Look at me. Stop putting out misinformation. We get it. We get it. Yo, Twan be killing me in the comments, bro. Hey, bro, say, so Twan said, if God is truly looking down, I wonder how he feels about us. Oh, God be looking like, damn. I feel like that's why God's staying away, bro. God's staying away because he said, yo, I can't deal with what I created. All right, so let me move over a little bit. All right, so what it says is, and like I said, this potentially is fake. It says the authorities are still investigating the recent stabbing of Austin Metcalf that happened at a track rally. However, it has come to our attention that a number of far-right bloggers have been spreading misinformation on social media about the incident or intentionally omitting the details and circumstances that resulted in the stabbing. So far, that doesn't sound like something that would be fake. It sounds pretty, and they say this is Chief Shilson, but hey, who knows at this point? Okay, so where was I? Omitted, blah, blah, blah. Hold on, I lost myself. We're going to have to start over. It has come to our attention that a number of far-right bloggers have been spreading misinformation on social media about the incident or intentionally omitting the details and circumstances that resulted in the stabbing. We are also disturbed by the number of news articles that have been posting highly misleading and vague headlines falsely insinuating the victim was stabbed and killed at random. So just for clarification, we would like to reiterate yet again, this was not a random or unprovoked attack. Our department has made that clear numerous times in news interviews and press conferences. It was also not racially motivated. So this is why when I'm reading this, I'm trying to figure out, so is this real or not real? Because it sounds like it's real. The victim was stabbed during a mutual combat altercation that the white teen initiated with the suspect. Austin started a confrontation with the suspect by demanding a seat at the David Kirkendall Stadium that the black teen had first. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, your kids, even if the seat has their name on it, right? Unless you bought it, you don't own it. You can't force somebody to get up. That's what the police is for. Let the police do their job. Let the security do their job. That's not your job. And if they can't get up, you can't make them get up. Let them sit. You got to let them sit, bro. Or else some shit like this gonna go down. This is 2025, guys. We got to get with the program. Let me see. Let me see. Where was I? It was also not racially motivated. The victim was stabbed during a mutual combat altercation that the white teen initiated with the suspect. Austin started a confrontation with the suspect, but because by demanding a seat at the David Kirkendall Stadium that the black teen had first, when he refused to give them the seat, an argument had ensued, and Austin then sucker punched him in the face and smashed his phone down onto one of the bleachers, causing the screen to crack during whatever. The track rally did not have any assigned seating at the stadium for this event, and patrons what? Hold on.
But what the hell, boy?
Where am I? You know, I need some. Oh, let me get my glasses, bro. I'm gonna have to put on my glasses, dog. My bad, y'all. My bad. Bear with me. I got some computer glasses because it's getting bad out here. It's getting bad out here. I be on the computer too much. I can't see nothing. All right. So I can see now. Where was I? When he refused to give him the seat, an argument had ensued, and Austin then sucker punched him in the face and smashed his phone down onto one of the bleachers, causing the screen to crack during. Period. They didn't write that right. The track rally did not have any assigned seating at the stadium for this event. Duh. And the suspect were free to sit wherever they wanted in the facility. All right, so there's some messed up English here, so I'm starting to question it. Both teams got into a mutual combat brawl after the white team punched the suspect in the face, and Austin got stabbed while that altercation was taking place. So the suspect did not randomly stab Austin in the heart after he was told he was sitting in the wrong spot, as several bloggers online have inaccurately described. The suspect is claiming self-defense, and a grand jury will determine if this was self-defense under Texas law. The suspect was charged with murder strictly as a preliminary measure before we knew any of the facts of what led to the stabbing. The charges could be reclassified or downgraded as more evidence is reviewed. We will not allow bad actors to try to create racial division in our community by spreading intentional misinformation. The exact same misinformation was also spread by the right-wing media in states outside of our jurisdictions, including the Kaylee Gain case, Ethan Lyman case, and Alabama boat brawl cases, which got national outrage on social media due to false racial optics by a den What? By a den. By Anden? I don't know what they talking about, bro. Yeah, bro, he died over in the unassigned seat. People are crazy, bro. People are crazy. Look, I told y'all, bro, we putting that shirt out soon, bro. It get real in the field, my ninja. It get real in the field because ninjas is crazy out here. I tell y'all, bro, y'all gotta watch y'all back. So what did he say? A den. Racial optics by Anden. Each case also later turned out to be incidents of black individuals fighting back against assaults made by white suspects who attacked them first. So that's why we are asking the community to please wait for all of the facts. While this incident is obviously a tragedy for our community and for the family, the fact of the matter is that Austin attacked the African-American teenager first, and the suspect was punched, assaulted, and being beaten prior to stabbing Austin to death. And that's all we have. I wish I had the one. I don't know if I have the one. I should have pulled it up. Fudge. Let me see if I'll pull it up. 1 second, y'all. Let me see if I'll pull it up. Let me see if I can access my iCloud. I don't know if I even screenshotted it. I wish I could access threads. Can I access threads? Is there a way? Let me see. If I could access threads, I might be able to show you guys because I think I liked it on threads. I seen it on threads, but I'm not entirely sure because that wasn't the picture I wanted to show you guys, and I forgot to bring it in. Let me try and go find it. But you guys need to see this, boy. Let me see. But yeah, man, he died over in an unassigned seat. Like I said, parents, talk to your kids. Use this as a teachable moment, right? Use this moment and teach your kids, hey, guys, like I'm not saying like the young kids, you know, I'm saying like 12, 13 years old. If they ain't into no bullshit, yeah, you're gonna have to sit down with them and tell them, hey, so you remember when I told you keep your hands to yourself? Huh? Keep your hands to yourself because there's crazy people out here that'll try and stab you if you touch them. Scare them like that. Just scare them like that. It's that simple. Hey, there are people out here that will stab you if you try and touch them. Keep your hands to yourself. I know unless you're playing, if you're not playing and you guys aren't cool with each other, keep your hands to yourself. Let me pull up Instagram real quick. Let me see if I can access threads, bro. I wish I could access threads through Instagram, bro. Let me see. Y'all need to see it, bro. Because there was like a whole thing. Let me see. Threads. Let me go down. It won't let me access threads. Damn. Let me see if I can access threads through Google. Y'all need to see this, bro. Y'all need to see this. When y'all see this, like it's like I'm talking about, it's like you need to see it. If we can't find it, worst come to worst, I'll put it in my post page later. But y'all need to see it because it's gonna be used as evidence. It's going to be used as evidence, and the person that said it is aware that it's going to be used as evidence. It was one of the teachers or somebody that was there. It was one of the teachers or one of the chaperones, somebody that was there that said it in the comments. And they were like, I was there and I witnessed what happened. It's gonna be used. Uh-oh, I think I found it. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, we litty. We litty. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Please don't pay attention to my threads because it get wild out here. Look at what this ninja said. As a man with no job and lives at home, I expect my woman to make at least $100K a year.
But what the hell, boy?
We cook, bro. Society's cooked, bro. All right, so how do you go to your likes? Let me see. Please pay no mind to my likes because it get wild out here. Let me see. Your reply got over 1,000 views. Freema. How do you see your likes? Let me see. Repost. No. Replies. No. No. Pin to home. More. How do you see your likes on thread? Hey, bro. Blac Pill, y'all gotta help out, bro. How do you see your likes, bro? I need to know how you see your likes. Oh, wait, let me see activity. Follows, replies, mentions, quotes, reposts. I just need to see my likes, bro. Pin to home. Let me see. Where's my likes? Y'all need to see this, bro. Let me see. We need to find this. We trying to find this. If you guys see this shit, that shit will be mad confusing. All right, we're just gonna pull up at Austin Metcalf. Austin Metcalf. Now watch the Discord that's going on right now. Oh, you can't even see it like that. Let me see. Yo, threads, y'all need to turn around and let us see our likes like Twitter, bro. Insights. Blah, blah, blah. In settings. All right, I'm going to settings. Ooh, shout out to Twan. Let's go. All right, so this is the one. Where is it? 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 Let me see. Is it this one? Let me see. Let me see. All right, this shit, hold on. Shit tweaking per usual. But I mean, from what you can see right here, it says more information is coming out, and this is 4 days ago. Come to find out, Karmelo is on a track team and Metcalf isn't. Karmelo is a 3.7 student, works 2 jobs, and an athlete. Metcalf put his hands on Karmelo. We know all this already. Of course it tweaked out. Of course it tweaked out. I got to pull it back up, but of course it tweaked out. Let me pull this shit back up. But we know what we're doing now. Hold on. I'm going to just go through the conversation and find it. I got to see this shit, boy. I'm telling you, when you see it, you're going to be like, damn. Hopefully we find it. Hopefully we find it. All right, so appreciate that, Twan. Let me see settings. Damn, let me see. Did I save it? Nope, I ain't save it. Got too much going on in my day. All right, let's see. We'll go through here. Nope, that's not that one. Let's see. All right, here we go. We'll go through this one. Let's see the reply. Let's see if we can find it. I don't know. Like I said, it's so much misinformation, bro. Because look, so you see how they're saying that Karmelo is on the track team. It's like, this ninja's a football player. They're showing football. So it's like, what are y'all talking about? More news. 3 days ago, the 2 students from different high schools began fighting before Anthony unzipped his bag and reached in, telling Metcalf, touch me and see what happens. The report says Metcalf then grabbed Anthony to tell him to move, and Anthony pulled out a black knife and stabbed Austin once in the chest. Anthony reportedly ran away before being arrested by responding officers. He had apparently told a school resource officer, I was protecting myself, and he put his hands on me. Anthony also asked the officer if what he did could be considered self-defense and asked whether the victim was going to be okay. And this was the last thing that I was trying to tell you guys. The last thing is whether or not this was premeditated. So did he sit in that seat planning this? And that's what people are going to try and get him on. They're going to try and get him on the fact of, oh, he sat in his seat planning to do this, planning to get this ninja. Oh, look, it's Black Adam. It would be more than likely ruled self-defense unless he sat under the wrong tent on purpose to initiate the altercation, at which point they're going to throw the book at him. Oh, man. Shout out to Black Adam. Who's that? Who's that? Let me see. In Texas, individuals 18 years of age, blah, blah, blah. Black Americans still the #1 target of hate crimes, blah, blah, blah. White people must remember, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Where is the picture? Let me see. We can't find a picture. You know how it goes whenever you're doing something, and when you're doing something actively, you can't actually do what you're trying to do. Shout out to Twan. Twan said, I feel like he can beat it. He gave a warning. It's not that he gave a warning. Y'all just gotta understand, bro. This is white America. Shout out to the white people. Hold on. Let me bring out my flag. I don't know what y'all thought, bro. Shout out to white America. I know what it is, bro. So, hey, so look, it's not about whether or not he gave him a warning. It's about the fact that this is our land. Don't get me wrong. Born and raised in the county of Dade, but white people are in power, bro. So like they're gonna like unless this guy gets a really good lawyer, and that's why they put the money up, they're gonna take. I mean, look, they accused him. They said he's a murderer. He's being painted in the media as a murderer. You seen what this last gentleman said? Yeah. So I mean, they're gonna take it and spin it to whatever. And I mean, like I said, they say he's a murderer. You know, Austin is this nice boy, but I'm saying, look, on the thumbnail right here, I got one of these ninjas holding guns, both of these twins holding guns. I got this ninja holding guns because this ninja right here stuck the middle finger. This ninja looks like the aggressor because he stuck the middle finger and has a liar. I mean, I said a liar has a lighter. While these ninjas look like they're just hunting, this ninja looks like a gangbanger, even though they both have guns. You see what I'm saying? So nuance matters. Yeah, and Trump's in office. Oh yeah. Yeah,
But what the hell, boy?
Yeah, dog. Trump is in office. Shout out to President DJT. I'm saying though, if y'all can't live peacefully around white people, I'm saying like, how about we just? I'm not trying to be like segregated, but I'm saying how about we just keep the distance? If, shout out to the white people that like black people. Like I say, y'all be trying to force shit. Me, I'm not trying to force shit. If you don't like me, I don't like you neither. That's just it. In Texas, you can use deadly force in self-defense if you reasonably believe it's immediately necessary to protect yourself. If they were jumping him, he might walk. Believe that if they was trying to jump him. If they had proof, and they're going to have cameras that come out and show the truth. Look at this. Somebody said, shut up, ninja, with the ER. He said, they said, I'm sure he said, get up, ninja. I'm sure he didn't just say, get up. Here we go.
Here's the point, right? No one cares. People die every single day. Matter of fact, people are dying right now. People of all races, actually. So yeah, it's not a race thing. Black people kill black people. I've seen white people kill white people. People kill each other. That's just life, unfortunately. So yeah, people that are complaining and moaning about all this, I mean, they're pretty, shitheads. I mean, what do you expect?
Yo. That ninja wildin'. He said we're all shitheads. Damn. The internet made it about race. That's it. The community it happened in didn't make it about race. The kid who died, parents and family didn't make it about race. The black community is wrong for all their support to Karmelo. White people are wrong for George Zimmerman and a long list of other names. Black people who are not condemning Karmelo's actions just because they're black and he's black are wrong and flat out racist, period, bro. I don't think white people accept any accountability when they are the culprit. It's the strangest ish ever. Like, it's like they become hypnotized as if nothing happened. But when it's another race involved, they go haywire. It's like they expect us to not notice their selective chaos on fastidious behavior. Yeah, I mean, see the forest for the trees, man. Like I said, murder happens in all communities. It's an unfortunate situation. But what y'all got to realize is white people will stand behind their people no matter what, on the basis of, hey, this person looks like me. And because this person looks like me, this could potentially happen to me. Whereas black people, not all the time do we stand behind ours. But I'm happy that black people are standing behind ours right now, because you need to. At the end of the day, you need to. It's supposed to shed a light. Now, it's not supposed to cause discord. It's not supposed to sow discord and cause chaos or cause racial disparities. But it's to teach everybody that looks like us, hey, when an issue happens, stand behind the people. I'm not saying do all the marching and stuff, but shout out to the marching, right? The marching got us somewhere. But now, yeah, it's more than that. Like I said, shout out to everybody. If you know, I shout out to Eli Harkless, by the way. All right, shout out to Eli Harkless. He wrote this book called Devil in the Details, and I actually narrated the book. You guys can find the book on ACX. Excuse me. You can find the book on ACX, and what it comes down to is black people, you guys are sitting here waiting for, and I'm saying you guys, but I'm saying us collectively. I don't wait though, but I'm saying, you guys are sitting here waiting on somebody to come be the leader, to bring everybody together. You guys have the power now to all become the leaders. In the time and reality that we live in, if we all choose to be the leaders of our community and step up and stand together for one another like glue, the way white people stand like glue, yeah, the way white people stand like glue, yeah, change can happen, and not the change that you might think. I'm saying change in the sense that people will treat you with more respect because they will be scared of what comes with it. There's a reason why they try to divide black people. But like I said, that's a higher level conversation. Past that, this situation is a sad situation. Look at these people, bro. These people are crazy, bro. These people are insane, bro. Look, and then what's crazy is I was like, bro, I was confused. I thought that was Austin at the right there. But this is what I'm saying, where you got to be mindful what you post and stuff, because people will turn around and show what you post. See, look at this. But everybody got guns in Texas, so I don't know if y'all don't know. If y'all don't know, everybody got guns out here in these streets, bro. Everybody got guns. Everybody has a gun out here. If you ain't got a gun, I mean, hey. So look, this is on ABC News. ABC News says, touch me and see what happened, blah, blah, blah. Let me see. The suspect reportedly, blah, blah, blah. Let me see. I'm trying to see anything new. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, like I said, so this right here is the issue. Austin Metcalf had one witness reportedly told the police that the victim, Austin Metcalf, had told the suspect Karmelo Anthony he would need to move out from under his team's tent. The affidavit stated Anthony is a student at Centennial High School, but was reportedly sitting under Memorial High School's tent. And that right there is where I'm saying, okay, so this may turn around and be a whole thing that might come off as premeditated, because why was he sitting there if he wasn't supposed to sit there and it wasn't his tent? That doesn't warrant, you know, what happened. And I'm not justifying what happened, but that's where I'm like, okay, so there's a reason why he was sitting there. Why was he sitting there? So I don't know. Let me see. And here's the mom real quick. Hold on.
Tell me about Austin. What do you want people to know about your boy? He was the most amazing kid.
Yeah, sad situation.
So smart. He had college football guys looking at him to play in college. His goal was to play in college. He just wanted to play football. His life was going to the gym and working out and being a leader on his football team. And he just had such ambitions and a drive that it's hard to find in a kid. And he's just such a good spirit. And so many kids loved him. And his brother's lost his best friend.
They're twins, right?
Yeah, identical twins. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
They are the best of friends.
Hey, man, condolences to the family, man. Sad situation, like I said. And that's why I say, you know, being a human is having compassion for people regardless of what they look like. So I have compassion for people. But like I said, what happened, how it happened. And unfortunately, it's the reality of the situation. And we got to learn from it and teach our kids, hey, be mindful, control yourself. Kids don't have awareness of their emotions, but parents, y'all better stop acting like y'all scared of y'all kids, and y'all better raise y'all kids, or else the streets is going to raise y'all kids. When people are out in the streets, people don't care about you. It's every man for themselves. We're saying the streets as a metaphorical term. The correct term, shout out to my white brothers and sisters, the correct term will be out in the wilderness, out in the real world. Out in the real world, people don't care about you. They don't care about playing fair with you and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, my main thing I'm trying to tell y'all is, bro, let this be a learning lesson to all communities. Hey, stop trying to act crazy with one another. Don't put hands on people. If you put hands on somebody, expect a retaliation. If you put your hands on somebody without their permission in a negative way, expect a retaliation. And if you get that energy that's coming towards you, unfortunately, something's going to happen, regardless of what happens. Because guess what? If Karmelo sits in jail, Karmelo could sit in jail, even if Karmelo sits in prison, right? Okay, cool. Karmelo sits in prison. 2 lives are still lost. It doesn't solve the problem. Nobody's going to feel good about it. They're going to still be sitting there talking about, man, the shit that happened with the other boy. So it's like I said, man, parents, have a discussion with your kids. Use this as an example to teach kids, hey, try to be careful. Don't scare your kids per se, but teach them, hey, you know, don't really put hands on somebody unless you're willing to deal with what comes with putting hands on somebody. Now, it's different if you're defending yourself, but if you put hands on somebody first, you get what, I'm not going to say you get what's coming to you, but you get a retaliation. There's an action, there's a reaction for every Excuse me. What is the term? There's an action for every action. Here we go. My bad, y'all. My fault. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. We learned that in science, and that's real life, okay? Life displays that in multiple ways, in multiple latitudes, whatever the case may have you. Shout out to everybody that tuned in, man. That's today's show. Sad situation. Yes, sir. Sad situation. Shout out to you if you tuned in, man. If you tuned in, you are the resistance and you are not alone. There are pockets of Adam spread throughout the planet. We're going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to put us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines. We are human beings. Join the Adam Effect. Join the movement. Hey, man, stay safe out here in these streets, man. They get real in the field, my ninja. Y'all know what it is, man. Deuces to Rumble and Twitch. Y'all know what it is, man. Tell us how you feel in the comments. Deuces to YouTube. Y'all know what it is, man. We back in here at 6. Peace.